Welcome to One Word Stories. Today I'm really happy to host Noureddine Erradi, who is based in Brussels, comes originally from Morocco, and is an amazing colleague of mine who has got so many creative projects, so much patience in the field that I'm really happy that you had also time to join us today. Noureddine. Who is Noureddine?
In short, Noureddine, I'm Moroccan. I came actually. Uh, I grew up in a house where a palm tree um, has rooted its roots in the heart of in the middle of our house near a fountain.
It's a beautiful metaphor. Not only, part of your story, but also a beautiful metaphor. What does it mean for you to think of, not only this palm roots, but also cultural roots?
That is the water I drink when I'm thirsty. That is the water I drink when I need to breathe. That is the water I need whenever I am in front of closed doors.
Mm. So also a door opener.
That's right.
Yeah. When you are using, this beautiful language and also the door opener, I immediately think of your documentary and your amazing experiment that I'm really looking forward that it takes place again when the pandemic is gone and we are able to travel again and so on and so forth. Uh, what was it about, and what did you take out of it? How can you, when you think back, use these learnings from this projects in your current work?
The results uh, touched, let's say, the people participated in this project to change themselves, help them to get out of their comfort zone and also out of their boxes to find new boxes to lean on and to learn more about themselves, to find out where their prejudices and all the stuff that go with come from, and start a kind, not a new life, but new way of thinking from their new box. I'm talking about home. This is about the concept actually I developed in the Netherlands. That was in 2008. And the idea was the people who work with migrants, I'm talking about then the the natives who work with migrants did have some problems communicating with migrants, teaching migrants. So I wrote this concept, I brought this concept, and I asked them, and I took them to a non-European country, a place where they have they had to follow the same project they have in the Netherlands, for example. The only difference, everything was in Arabic,
Mhm.
and that was the purpose. Put people actually take people out of their context, out of their comfort zone. That's the moment they will find out who they are, and in that place, this during these 7 days, followed with the camera and all this stuff, they discovered, they found they found out themselves what went wrong and why they did have problems with migrants, because they didn't have enough luggage, know-how, and expertise to deal with migrants because they didn't go through the road, the problems, and so forth. The migrants, most of the time, go through themselves.
Yeah, this perspective change must have been extremely intense.
Absolutely.
And I guess it's not only about the language. Do you have any examples when people said, oh, wow, it was pretty overwhelming?
Yes. It is not only about the language. They found out that 3 hours teaching is too long, that they could not concentrate. They found out that if the teacher that doesn't speak another language, that they are stuck. They found out that they were obliged to concentrate on what the teacher say, and then that's why they had to speak or to communicate with their neighbors who are also Dutch, meaning they speak in Dutch during a lesson of Arabic. So, and these people are a kind of people who forbid their students to communicate in their own languages during the lessons.
Mm.
So here you see, all of a sudden, I ask them, so if you forbid your students, the newcomers, not to communicate in your lesson, during your lessons, in their native language, why do you do it
Mm.
in Morocco? And that was silence.
Mm.
Why? Because then they realized why. Then they realized why they were themselves pushed to communicate in Dutch. Then they grasp the problem and the concentrations and issues the students actually face. But they cannot solve everything, so they try to solve it that way.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
So that was
And
not only language, but there are many other aspects, many other things.
I assume also like cuisine.
Oh, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes. It is very funny. It's interesting because when they were in Morocco, then they were demanding. In my country, we didn't do that. In our country, we didn't drink that. Or.
Yeah.
And and then they start also, well, understanding that, wow, wait a second, and also I am a country which is not mine, and because I am the Westerner, I am the one who can, even in a country which is not mine,
Mm.
can bring in what I have, what I know as a Westerner.
Mm.
And they realize that is wrong. You can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, when you talk about it, I picture it as really like taking the people out of the comfort zone.
Sure.
Lots of moments of self-reflection, and also, this really great challenge, but at the same time a great chance to establish such a level of psychological safety that they are still willing to share their emotions, what's going on with them. What was
Absolutely.
your biggest learning out of this moment?
I did 5 projects, 5 documentaries, and they have come out to the following: that these issues on diversity, these issues on uh, do we, do I, do them, do us, and so forth, can be really solved if people, if people do get this chance to go through these kind of experiences themselves. Because talking, discussing words, lack of dialogue, I don't think we will solve these issues. And that is my lesson. That is what I have learned so far.
Mm.
And that is my, so far, I hope I am wrong. That is my logical deduction after all these years I worked with this concept, because I see that these people, all the people who participated into my project, they changed their concept. They changed their way of looking and teaching and living with people from other cultures.
Yeah, yeah. Which of course puts us a little bit in this situation that it's really, really important to create such spaces right now, even though we are working only in the virtual context. What we still see in the field, many, many projects, many programs address this cognitive level so that people have better understanding, And what is really, really important is really to make them feel.
In fact, I don't make them feel. They make themselves feel things themselves.
Exactly, exactly. Just to initiate it, not
Yeah,
to
to
make
initiate.
them, but to initiate it, to facilitate it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So, yes, this is exactly one more moment when I would like to learn from you and also use this time that also others can learn from you. Do you have something that you say, oh, wow, that is such a magic moment that people leave their comfort zone? And it's, you know, nothing special, no model they see on the screen, something really, really easy. However, you know, the simpler the better, because you have got this experience that it simply worked, that they were thinking of their comfort zone and how they need to leave it.
Uh, I discussed with the cameraman when we were filming to focus on that moment of communicating in Dutch when they were having the Arabic lesson from the Moroccan teacher. And in the evening, we used to have this evaluation of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the cameraman to give me that shot where they communicate
Yeah.
uh, in Dutch. That's why I love this concept and I love the answers.
Mm.
Because when I ask them, why do you do it yourself?
Yeah.
So we are having here silence, reflection. They realized that they were wrong.
Mm.
They realized that actually uh, that moment or that experience for them was really the moment to change things.
Yeah.
And at the same times, they were not afraid to step out of their comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
because they had something uh, precious.
Yeah.
They got it themselves. That's
Yeah.
why I said they had to go through it themselves uh, to have it in their hands to look at each shape and then they can
Mm.
change. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we will keep just. And this moment, I think I use it everywhere, wherever. That's magic. That's magic.
How can you create such a moment in the virtual space?
The same thing because the virtual it is also can sometimes you can give people actually this imagination via pictures and the background they put a picture for example of Morocco, the Jama, the
Mm-hmm.
place of Marrakesh, and then you bring you all the ingredients actually for people on the virtual. They can watch, they can see it, and they can place themselves in that moment, in that space, in that place. But still, uh, it is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that is our lesson in this life. Actually, we are happy with the technology, human being, I mean the intelligent, we have reached uh, everything, but we can never replace actually, uh, let's say, the position of this technology and whatever, science and everything, by forgetting that humane and human contact face to face between humans.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. What is also, you know, striking about your approach is that, of course, we can call it leaving the comfort zone. However, what I really like about your beautiful examples is that you are expanding the comfort zone, or you offer the space that people expand the comfort zone, you know. And I really like this shift in wording, that it, because, you know, leaving a comfort zone feels a little bit like a threat, and when you expand the comfort zone, yeah, it feels like an enrichment, and this is exactly what you have reached with your project.
That
So
is
this
a
is This is really amazing.
That is an enrichment. That is true. Don't forget, because we just call it comfort zone.
Yeah.
But in fact, when you go through such an experience, you will realize that you were living not in a comfort zone, but you were living with and within your own enemy.
Yes. Yes. And also this world of obviousness that everything
Exactly. So yeah.
cleared. Hmm. Yes, you see, we are at this point that we see the power of words. So how words create worlds, you know?
That is true.
This is exactly the point. And I would like to dive a little bit deeper and actually to ask you, looking back at the last month that, you know, many people, us included, struggled a lot with in the pandemic time. What was actually the one word that helped you to stay resilient?
In fact, there are two words because
Yeah.
I'm a believer. The more I believe in it, it's I don't know, but the magic is still there. It's Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah means uh, I am grateful to what God has given me or humanity, and I have to be aware of that. So it can be everything. The virus we are dealing with can be a test, can be everything. So every day, I say Alhamdulillah.
Mm-hmm. Can it be translated more or less like gratitude? However, with this beautiful religious, spiritual context?
Yes, gratitude. Understand it that I am happy because of this virus. The gratitude is in many things because when wonderful things happen, I said Alhamdulillah. When negative, terrible things happen, I said Alhamdulillah. So the gratitude is always there.
Mm-hmm. And can you share a specific moment when actually this sentence offered you the guidance?
Well, about the virus, for example, my brother, well, the mother-in-law has got was positive, and some friends were positive, and my children were in were in a red zone, for example, and then I feel that strength because I could have actually affected also, but by just but the spiritual, that is it's up to me how I look at it, because as if sometimes each time there is a closed door, there is another closed door that opens in front of me. So and that's why I said Alhamdulillah. But then my boys tested negative, and that we did the test. Everything tested negative, so it helps. It helped, and each time you get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yes, when we met for the last time in Belgium, actually, last year, I still remember you shared also many stories how you work with the refugees. What was this one, let's say, sentence, one word that still resonates with you from maybe one person or the group?
That is, I've met many. The one word that comes out from all what I saw is courage. It's maybe the term courage. I don't know if it has another word like courage, which is stronger. But to me, so far, courage, I think, has its value when you go through all the files and you read all what happened to these people coming through tunnels of dangers of, I mean, anyway, they when they were crossing and leaving, they were facing death, and all of a sudden they come out of death, and to me that's courage.
Yeah, courage, by the way, is also rooted in the Latin word, yeah? It's courage in French, and it also implicitly shows that it involves the word cœur, which is the heart.
Uh,
So
in Arabic, it is really strong. Shaja, the word itself is strong.
the courage.
Yes.
What does it involve?
Yeah, this is when you say courage in Arabic, shaja'a, when you write it or you say it, the word itself is strong. See? So that's why that's yeah, that's the word I can use so far after my long experience with working with refugees.
Oh, there are so many stories that are difficult to share. And so many stories that remain unspoken because they are too emotional, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to ask you to share just one moment, actually, when you simply came up with the courage also to do the work despite all the circumstances, and also right now in this context to resign from working face to face and proceed virtually. What gave you actually courage and faith that all the new projects in the new setting are going to be, yes, I don't want to say efficient because it's not the right word, but that they can support?
Well, as I told you before, the use of the term alhamdulillah helps me. It is with me. Uh, I am also qua nature. I am not somebody who makes things difficult when I am offered to do something else, or even in my work, for example. Uh, some people, can, blame the situation or will not be happy with it because to me, in a way, sometimes it's just a waste of time because you never know. Maybe the new path they 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 ask you to do, they put for you, for example, can be the best, but you have to open that door. Some people refuse to open even the door. They don't even know what's behind that door. So, and they criticize things, and they get angry about the situation. And I always look for the key. I find the key. I open the door, and most of the time, I am surprised.
Thank you so much for sharing all the stories, also your personal stories. I wish you, your family, your friends, all the best for the upcoming time. And lots of courage, lots of positive energy for all your projects. And I can't wait to meet again and to exchange again
Sure.
what has actually happened in these turbulent times.
Yeah.
And as for the turbulent times, thank you for also sharing so much hope.
Thank you, Joanna. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And have a nice day.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye, Joanna.